Hi guys, welcome to another little Instagram video, and today I want to share with you something that might be new to you. This might be something completely like I never heard of this before, but this does also resonate with me. This might be something that you've been dealing with. A lot of times you are either in one of two categories. I've never heard of this before, or I totally know stuff about this and I've been on my journey to try to figure it out. But the point of the story is today I want to talk about stealth infections because there is a huge need to bring this stuff to awareness. So what are stealth infections? Maybe you've never heard of that before. Stealth infections are actually microbial infections of different varieties, whether it be viral, bacterial, fungal, yeast, protozoa, parasites that actually cause problems for the body and for the immune system. Now, oftentimes stealth infections hide from the immune system. If you were to go online and Google what is a stealth infection, you'll probably get some information that stealth infections are very sneaky and they love to hide from the immune system. And it makes it very difficult to diagnose and sometimes even treat stealth infections because there's so many symptoms that are associated with them that they look like everything. So for example, a couple common stealth infections that you may or may not know about, things like EBV. A lot of you guys that have worked with me or are currently my patients know I'm a big advocate for viruses, viral load. I personally had Epstein-Barr when I was younger, and I can't even describe. It changes your immune system. It changes your energy levels. It literally changes the way your body uses energy. It's totally a metabolic condition that affects fatigue, chronic fatigue syndrome, creates chronic fatigue syndrome, and it's also the known causative agent for a lot of people for Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I digress, but the point of the story is that these stealth infections hide. So we talked about EBV being one of them. Streptococcus is another one. Borrelia burgdorferi, Babesia microti, Lyme disease just in general, and all of its co-infections are also considered stealth. And what that means is that we get infected by any type of microbial organism that's stealth, even candidiasis, and we have symptoms, but yet nobody can really figure out what's going on with us. So for example, the symptoms could be very broad spectrum. Maybe we're tired all the time. Maybe we have some low-level digestive issues. Maybe we even have viral symptoms like we have swollen lymph nodes. We might even be spiking low-grade fevers. And a lot of these symptoms can look like other diagnoses. So this looks like this looks like this. For example, Lyme is known as the great mimicker. It mimics everything. It creates joint pain. It looks like rheumatoid arthritis. It creates lymph node swelling in the body. It creates chronic fatigue syndrome. So a lot of these stealth infections, they're hard to diagnose because they love to hide. So when someone does lab work, let's just say for an example, we'll use blood work. Well, when we take someone's blood out of their body, that's just what's in their bloodstream. That's not necessarily what's hiding in their organs. And we can be actually harboring stealth infections in our organs like our liver. Our liver and the biliary tract are areas of the body where these microorganisms of all categories come in and they hide. And so when you're looking at lab work, you might not find the infection because it likes to change. It likes to basically transform itself. It's kind of like, think of, what were those little things? Chameleons? Is that the name, chameleons? I was gonna say chamomile, but that's not it. Chameleons, where they literally like go into their surroundings and they hide and they look just like the bushes, or they look just like whatever their background is. Well, that can happen with the stealth infections as they come in and they change the host's immune system. They change the adaptive immune system. They change the innate immune system. They create all these different types of ways to hide, and biofilms and lipopolysaccharide changes happen, and then they cause problems. And here we are with an unknown autoimmune condition, or a positive ANA in our lab work, or we have really bad gut health and we've tried probiotic, we've done all the things, nothing that's giving us support. And a lot of times when I have patients that come to see me that share with me they have gone to multiple providers, my ears perk up and I wonder if we're dealing with a stealth infection that hasn't been identified in someone's body. Now, I don't treat labs or imaging or CTs or MRIs or x-rays or PET scans. I treat people. I help support people through their healing journey. So even if we don't necessarily find exactly what we're looking for, there are ways that you can still get the support and the care that you need. There's a lot of antiviral protocols that we use, that I use in clinical practice. There are lots of herbs and things that we can do, enzymes, high dose, mega dose protease, different types of adaptogenic herbs that support not the adrenals, but the immune system. So the entire lymphatic system. I have enzymes that can support the lymph system. The point of the story is that if you're dealing with something that you can't seem to find the answer to, and you've gone to multiple providers, you've done multiple things, perhaps there's a stealth infection that's hiding in the background. Now, yes, there are ways to test for these in the blood. There are ways to test for these microorganisms in stool, in urine. Helicobacter used to be in the category H. pylori of stealth infections. It's really not anymore. But there are ways through breath tests, through different types of blood tests to test for some of the stealth infections. Like I said, not always do they show up, but there are some really great diagnostic things to try to support these infections. And the symptoms, like I mentioned before, that they cause are so widespread. They cause so many things that it looks like I have a digestive issue. It looks like I have a thyroid problem. It looks like I have pain in my body. It looks like I have some type of autoimmune condition. And yes, there are sometimes lab work findings that are not clear cut. So maybe somebody has a positive ANA, but there's no other findings. There's no double-stranded Smith antibodies. There's no double-stranded DST antibodies. There's no anti-Ro antibodies. There's nothing that they can find that's, in the category of a cell that would cause someone to have a positive ANA in their immune system. So Epstein-Barr, though, I have to be very honest, I test all my patients for Epstein-Barr triple digit, and it's there honestly like 99.99% of the time. EBV in triple digits, it's there for a lot of people, and it creates a lot of metabolic dysfunction, namely with fatigue. So in adults, one of the things that we experience is like a chronic fatigue where we're just exhausted. No matter how much we sleep, we're just tired. There is a difference between chronic fatigue and chronic fatigue syndrome. I won't really dive into like the semantics of that stuff, but I just want to share with you guys that if you're somebody that's like, yes, yep, have that symptom, have that, yep, that's another thing I have, and you haven't been tested for microbial organisms of all different calibers, like I said, viral, fungal, protozoa, bacteria, all of them. It's we call them microbes, but there's different kind of microbes. It would be really wise to get tested and really wise to do some support, because sometimes these things are hiding under the radar. And they're so sneaky, they're so tricky through molecular mimicry. They do a lot of things to our innate and adaptive immune system, and there are ways we can support you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in terms of stealth infections. If you want to know more about this, send me a message, let me know. I will probably go in depth in a little bit more detail to talk about this if there are questions, but just wanted to bring that topic up to you guys to spread more knowledge and more awareness on all things holistic health and wellness. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next little FAQ.